Welcome back to Marriage Momentum. Today's segment is letting go of being right. You can be right and still be wrong for your marriage. Because if your main goal is to prove a point, to win the argument, or make sure your spouse knows you were right, but you lose connection in the process, what did you really win? Did you win at all? Sometimes the strongest move in marriage is not correcting, it's understanding. Because if every disagreement turns into, see, I told you so, you should have listened to me. That's exactly what I said would happen. What does that actually build in the relationship? I can tell you it doesn't build closeness, it doesn't build safety, it doesn't build intimacy. But it builds defensiveness and distance, and eventually can make your spouse feel like they are constantly being graded instead of loved. It can make them start feeling like you're their parent instead of their partner. Marriage is not a competition. Your spouse is not your opponent. The ultimate goal should be, how do we work together to make this marriage the best that it can be? So, how do I help my spouse become better? It's not by trying to control them, it's not by criticizing them or constantly pointing out their flaws, but by encouraging them, supporting them, and believing in them. You see, encouragement changes people far more than criticism ever will. One time, my husband told me I was constantly pointing out everything that he did wrong, that he forgot, or he didn't do, or needed to do. But I wasn't acknowledging the things that he was doing right. And over time, that made him feel like he couldn't do anything right. That really made me stop and think. Think about something simple. Let's say your spouse makes a wrong turn and now you're late to your appointment. You can't say, well, if you would have listened to me, we would not have been late. But by saying that, does that suddenly make you on time? No, it doesn't. So what's the real purpose of saying it? Is it to solve the problem? Or is it to make sure that they know that you were right? In my marriage, I'm the directionally challenged one. And I could absolutely maybe take a wrong turn. And there have been times my husband probably knew that maybe I didn't go the best way. But not once has he rubbed it in my face or said, hey, I told you so. You should have listened. You were wrong. But I have to admit, there have been times when I didn't give him that same courtesy that he extended to me. And honestly, that matters more than people realize, because moments like that create emotional safety. They communicate, I care more about us than I care about being right. See, that's maturity in marriage. It's choosing connection over control, grace over ego, partnership over pride. Because most of the time, your spouse is not looking for a debate. They're looking to feel heard, respected, supported, and safe with you. There's a saying, how bad do you want it? Well, how bad do you want peace in your marriage? How bad do you want a strong emotional connection? How bad do you want your relationship to feel peaceful instead of constantly strained? Because healthy marriages are not built by two people who are constantly proving who is smarter, who's wiser, or more correct. Healthy marriages are built by two people who know when to let go of something for the sake of love. Now, that does not mean that you never speak up. It doesn't mean that your thoughts and your opinions don't matter. It simply means that you learn discernment. You learn what to say, when to say, and how to say it, or sometimes not say anything at all. You ask yourself, if what I'm about to say going to help us or hurt us? Ask, will this bring us closer or create distance? Ask, am I trying to solve the issue or satisfy my ego? Those are important questions because connection will always take you further than correction ever will. And one of the greatest strengths in marriage is learning that sometimes the relationship matters more than the need to win in the moment. So hopefully I said something today that made you think a little deeper. If I did, drop me some comments. And until next time, this is Marriage Momentum, where strong marriages don't stand still. They build momentum.